Hello, my YouTube friends. This is John at Left-Handed Models, and I'm announcing some progress on my bench update and announcement of my next ones. And we'll get right with it. I'll probably go ahead and show the progress on my Saturday night short track group build because I made a little bit of progress. So let's take a look at that first, as a matter of fact. So here's my little bit of progress so far, and this is a reminder of what it's going to look like, I hope. And my wife had the idea of enlarging a picture of my dad and putting him on a little piece of styrofoam and standing him like that next to the car, and I'm going to try to do that. I think that's a good idea. I finally got the orange not to show through. A coat of silver, a coat of primer, and then a coat of white with multiple drying days in between. The numbers I taped on with Tamiya tape, and then I had to touch them up a little bit, but they look hand-drawn like they would have on that car. The little Neola I scratched in there with a white paint pen, and that's the little town I spent most of my youth in, so that's probably why he had it on there. That's where he lived. That's where my grandmother was. And I made I figured the interior, a stock interior on a 36 Ford would have been a cream color most probably, and so I went ahead and painted most of the interior parts cream. I found a little gas tank to use as the gas tank. It'll go in the back seat, which I guess I don't have the interior here. But it's, because it's in the dehydrator, it's still drying. I'm going to try to find a little bit smaller diameter tire because they ran, I remember this from watching the races, that they ran a little bit smaller tire on the left front so that it would turn better, because it would, it was pretty much a circle, 3/8 mile circle. So anyway, that's where I am so far. I'm so excited to not have orange bleed through that I may get it done. So now we'll move on to my my bench build. So this is my bench build that I've been working on, and I'll say right off the bat, this is not a model for the faint of heart or a beginner. It has a lot of little fiddly things. For instance, the rear wheels and tires do not have a mechanism that holds them down. So if this ring wasn't here, then that would push them up in there, and these would still stay open unless, of course, you closed them manually. This is just a piece that holds it up when it's on its display, and I'll show you the display here in a second. The interior opens up, and the steering mechanism, it's not a wheel, opens up with it. And there's clear plastic glass that comes with it, and green. And I decided I like the green. And it would be tinted, of course, green. Now there's taillights here. There's a little engine in there, it's called the front motor, sort of looks like a turbine. And then in the back, which you can't see, oh wait, maybe I can in here, because the back does open. Yes, and there's the two engines in the back. This little black hole is a camera, just like we have nowadays, so it would have been a a predecessor. But so the main parts went together really well. It's just the wheel pants. Really, the only way to get them right, I think, would be to test fit them a million times and glue them in and then paint everything, which I know is going to pretty much seal them either up or down. And a person, and I should have looked him up, a person commented that they had made one, and I'm pretty sure it was a guy, and he said that the worst trouble he had was the wheels and the wheel pants, because he was trying to make it so the wheels would go up and down, which I did too, and it ends up being very fiddly. Then it would be better just to have them up and glue the doors closed. These doors, without a bunch of trimming, go closed about that much. And so that didn't turn out very well either. It does have a little clip here, and these two pieces clip together. Where's it going? Get in there. Ta-da. And then it looks like an anteater. So now the neat thing is, it does come with this little cardboard diorama, and so it'll sit on there like it's on a road. Whoops, I moved everything. But as it just sits there, it won't stay in the middle. If you just a little bit of movement will make it go downhill. But turned out pretty good all in all, and I'm pretty happy with it, really, even though it was so fiddly. The glass all fit perfect. The little solar panel fit right in there. The any of the movement parts, except for the wheels, are great. And even then, this little the single front wheel turned out to work better than I thought it would. And so, and like the little engine parts, all fit together great. There's no problem there. The little exhaust ports in the back, glued onto the door, and they fit up to the engines, so it turned out pretty good. And now I got to find a place to put it. I'm gonna build next is one of my recent purchases, the 88 millimeter gun and tractor. And after in reading about it, I found out that the 88 millimeter gun is sometimes called a plain gun, and because it was used a lot to shoot flak, which, if you're not familiar, flak is a explosive that they shoot up in the air, and it explodes in the air and throws shrapnel. And if it's close to a plane, puts holes in that plane. And it's a very good deterrent to around a city or something like that, and that's what it was used for. And I printed this out of Alamy, and unfortunately I don't have a subscription, so I don't buy the pictures, because I don't plan on framing them. I will throw them away when I'm done. But they have all kinds of military vehicles that you can see to see how things look, so that when I build this one, it'll look at least somewhat correct. Another build I'm going to do is this Heinkel HE-162C, and it's one of the last airplanes, German airplanes, new ones in World War II. And it's since it's 1/72nd, it's actually the same scale as the 88 millimeter gun, and it's fairly small. All I've done so far is wash it, and it already looks like it has primer. It has extra wings that I've figured out are not always used, and so in my rendition, I will build it like it's supposed to be, and I won't use those pieces. So that's what I got going so far, plus my group builds. And I'll be picking up another one of those probably in a couple months as soon as there's another one announced. Now, Box Stock Models, whose channel I will put in the description, has announced a drag racing, what do you call it? It's like a grassroots drag racer build that'll go from just before Thanksgiving to March, which is the amount of time you would usually have to get your race car ready for the next season, which I thought was an innovative way to figure out how long you've got to build it. And so I will probably join that too, but I'll be announcing that later once I figure out a car. So that's all for now. Please give me a like, a subscribe if you would. Tell all your friends. I'm sure they want to hear from me. And I'll see you later. Thank you.